G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Grab your boots and your keyboard because it's time to dig in. Welcome back to our playthrough of the new Highlands expansion pack. So, given that we've just been and delivered our fish off to our offshore fish farm, it's a beautiful September day. I think we should get some feed in for our sheep and cows for the winter. So I'm thinking of doing is we'll park this trailer up somewhere around here. We'll have a look at what mows we can get. We need to mow that top field. So if I can select the right one to disconnect, here we go. And I think there's a front weight on this as well, so I'm not gonna need that, because we're going to put the front mowers on and then we'll get a rear mower as well. So let's have a quick look at what the brand was, because I can't remember. All right, so let's have a look at the shop and see what we can get for mowers. Ideally, like a double width bat wing type mower like this would be good. But considering that's $70,000 and this one here is only 16,500, and we're only going to be renting anyway. And yes, there is obviously a width advantage with this, but with that being 3.4, this being 3.9, that's like just over 5, and this is 9, so there is a big difference. But I think for the cost, we should go with this. So let's lease this, because it's only $141. So while I'm here, I'm going to hook onto this front mower, and then I'm going to nip down to the shop to pick up our leased mower, and I will meet you back up here when we're about to start the grass work. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. Here we go, getting up towards the grass field. I've got the front mower unfolded ready, so we get up and there's a bit more room. We'll unfold the rear mower, which we should be able to do here. All right, so what we're going to do is I'll go around. I'm going to do the headland, a couple of headlands, and then we'll have a worker do the main part of the field, so that we've got time, because there's the whole field of straw that we need to bale as well. So I want to do that baling while this is getting done, so we can power through this and move on to the next month, to move on to some of the new content that's included in the pack. So what we'll do is I'm going to jump straight into a time lapse, bring you along for the ride. We'll do some mowing and some baling, and then we'll see where we are after that. Welcome back. Here we are, just baling away. We had a few bales out of this field already. What we're going to do is just going to get to this one done and unloaded like that. I'll shut the tractor down. We'll go and check up the work. It looks like they're finished now, so that's really good. I'm glad that's done. So there we go. That looks pretty good. A nice, decent sized field of grass there. But obviously, because we want to keep this, we're going to have to turn into hay. So to do that, what we need to do is obviously ted it. So we're going to have to hire a tedder as well. So we'll go and drop our front mower off, take the rear mower back and hire a tedder, come back and ted it. Then what I want to do while that's happening is we want to start working out the plan for this this year. So obviously we've harvested 2 fields. We've got some grain off of them. I would like to try out the onions. I know that's a new crop. Let's see how that works. It probably bit of take a bit of time to harvest, but that's usually the case with the root crops. Then also, I'm pretty confident that there would be a production for fish food. So I want to see what that entails, and then get that, get if we've got to plant stuff or if we've got to, whatever we've got to do for that. We have to work that out early on, so we can at least get the crops or whatever it might be underway, because it will take a little while to prepare for that. But I think that with the fish, it's going to be a really big money making exercise. And if we can make our own fish food, that's going to be a huge advantage, because of the fact that the fish food is quite expensive. You don't get a huge amount, and it's expensive for what it is. So if we can make that in bulk, we can feed it to our fish. We may be able to deliver it out to our offshore fish farm and have more efficiencies with the growing the fish out there, the salmon and the trout. And also there may be the opportunities to be able to sell it. I'm not sure how much it will make, whether we'll make far too much for what we need, and then obviously we can sell any excess, and the prices at the store, I imagine we're going to have to get pretty good money for it. But it's a matter of, it's going to take a little while to get there. We're going to have to buy the production. I'm assuming that there is one. I'm going to check that out in a minute. If there is, I'll check around the map. There may be one that's already built into the map, given this, given it's part of this new expansion. We'll return this. And then let me have a quick look while we're here for tedders. So grassland tedder. I think that, how wide is that? 8.2, 8.9. We'll go with a crone again. Slightly cheaper, not that big of a difference in width. Only 790. It may seem a bit strange to be having to rent all these pieces of equipment just to make some grass, but I think that with the wool from the sheep, making sure the cows are fully healthy, you know, ideally they probably need a TMR with silage and mineral feed and straw, but at least hay will be somewhat better than grass, and obviously we'll be able to keep the hay a lot longer, because grass would obviously, well, not in this game, but technically would rot over a winter period. So I mean, we probably didn't need to do the tethering step, but it just makes sense to me. I'm happy with that. So it's one of those things where I could possibly check the productions and that while we're driving, but it is a bit risky. There's a bit of few curves in this road. There's also oncoming traffic. So what we'll do is we'll get up to the field. We'll get the tether started. And while we're going up and down, we'll have a look to see what the production may be for fish food, and if there's other productions that have been added for this DLC. And then we'll see what the requirements are for those. I do want to get this field finished over here, but there's quite a bit of baling left to do there. And I'm quite happy to leave that for now. Focus on getting the grass, and obviously we're going to have to bale that as well. And windrow it. So there's going to be quite a bit of work up here in this field for the day. But I think that should be our goal, getting that sorted, and then we can, yeah, move on. So let me just get up here and we'll get the tedding started. I really like this like track up to this field. Done a really good job with the layout and the trees and everything. I just think, yeah, this is an excellent map. Unfold that. And we'll get some steering assist sorted out. There we go. So we'll do a quarter of this lap to start with, because there's a couple of turns, especially the corner. Once we get onto the straight run, that's when I will bring up the construction menu and we'll start looking into the productions for the fish food and the like. Course is set. We've got the cruise control on, so it should be. I think it continues going. Yes, it does. So construction, and then it will be factories, I imagine. Yes. Grain, grape, oil, paper, sawmill, spinnery, sugar mill, tailor shop, rope maker, bakery, tailor shop, dairy, potato processing, soup factory, preserved fruit, spinnery, bakery, carpentry, dairy. Let me just get this on the track back, and we'll keep looking through that list. I don't know if it'd be worth looking on the map. See if I can find something on the map that may be a quicker way, because I'm just assuming that there's production for fish food, because it seems like it's a big part of the game for this new DLC for the fish breeding. This helps if you're in forward gear. I think we're all good there. Yep. So let's have a look at the map. So I'm thinking it's going to be down here. Fish market, fish market. We've got it's quite difficult to try and find this while also trying to organize and drive this tether around the field. So I think it might be wise if I just do the couple of laps first, and then when we're going on the up and down, we'll continue looking into it, because we've got to want to find if we do have a production, and then if so, what we need for it. So just give me a minute or so to get this done, and I'll bring you back in when we're going up and down. Welcome back. So here we are. We're going on the up and down now. I think I'll just continue looking through the construction menu. Get a good view of where we are from here. So I think we can monitor it. So there are Highland fishing expansions. So this is an onions one. We've got a bakery, carpentry. There we go. Fish food factory. So it looks like it takes oil, I'm not sure what that symbol is. I'll have to have a look. And then soybeans. So let's just turn this around. So it is possible. So we'll have to find out what the other symbol is, and we're going to need oil. So the best way I reckon is going to be to do either canola or sunflowers. I think that we probably would already have a seeder that can hopefully do canola. I don't think we'd have a planter for sunflowers, and plus we also have the header for canola. So there we go, that's decided. We're doing canola and soybeans. So the two fields we have harvested, that's what we're going to plant again in. And then the other field that is just ploughed up, I think we do onions. So we're getting our fish food. We're getting our onions, which is a new crop. And we make our money, not necessarily from the cropping, but from the extras. So the fish, we're also going to want to do quite a bit of forestry, because we've got the castle to rebuild. And if we have a look at the other productions here, so we have a quarry, which we're probably going to need for the castle. Then there's a sawmill, spinnery. So there's just a few different types. Oh, there's a stonemason. Oh, that's really good. So we're probably going to need one of them as well. And then they're just the harvest pack ones. So there's quite a few productions that we're going to need. So it looks like we're going to need a lot of money. That's probably where we're at. I anticipate that with the wood and the castle reconstruction project, we're going to be able to make quite a bit. It just might take a little bit to get there, and a little bit of this tedious actual farm working stuff we've got to do first. So now we've got a plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut out here. Well, cut out here with a time lapse. Get this field tethered up, and I'll jump down to the store, grab a windrower, get it all windrowed up, and then we'll bring you back in when we bring the baler over. So I'll be good. I'll be glad to get this done, and then we can have a look at the calendar and what we are going to, when we can plant our planned crops. So I will see you soon.
Red dirt rising on the western wind, sun burning holes where the shade has been. Cattle moving like a river of brown. We're pushing hard till the day runs down. Saddle leather cracked and the horses know every fence line, every creek that flows. Radio crackling with the weather call, but the sky tells the story best of all. When the work is done, when the last gate swings, there's a bottle waiting for this mountain springs. We've earned this moment, earned this sweet release. Frost on the blast and the days at peace. My father worked this land, his father too, taught us everything the dry earth knew. How to read the seasons, when to move the herd, how to find salvation without a word. When the work is
Hey,
done,
welcome back. Get it? Hey?
when the last gate
Yeah, no, I'll see myself out. So what we're going to do is, I've done 2 laps of the headland. We're going to get a worker underway for the rest of it, because we might as well start getting the baling done. So I'm going to bring this over. We're going to get started with it. If we can go in the right direction. Yeah, so we'll get started with it. Pretty sure that when we do the planting, Well, the seeding, this field could probably be the soybeans, and this one over here can be canola. I don't think either of them really yield a huge amount of produce, but again, we're not going to need, don't think we're going to need that much for fish food, are we? Oh, I don't really know. It's just, well, we'll just do it. We'll just see how it goes. Like, we do have to buy the fish food production, so I'm assuming we're going to have enough money. But what I think we should be doing the next episode is getting more of a loan. Yes, I know it might be a bit much, but a loan, and we'll look around for a sawmill. We've got plenty of trees on this map. We'll start with plenty of trees around. Then we can get the sawmill underway, get the castle reconstruction going. That's going to be a really good source of income for us, and that will help us and allow us to get the other things we need, the other productions. It's going to be a little while before we get to the point where we're going to have soybeans, we're going to have oil, so we're going to need the oil production as well. Why has he finished his task? I don't know what happened there. Let's just see if we can get it going again. See what happens this time. The new AI worker system is good, but it's not perfect yet. So that's not working. Let's see what happens if we drive over here. Put him actually where the area needs windrowing. So automatic. We don't want the headlands done. That should be fine. Okay, something's happening. We just have to keep an eye on the worker, because we don't want it to be wasting time and wasting money. We want this field all windrowed, ready to be baled. And I'm not sure how many bales we're going to get, but I think that whatever we get is going to be good enough for the winter. I don't really know if it's going to be worth continuing with the animals into the coming years. We may just be better off to sell, well, at least the cows off, because that's an area where we might have to put in more of a field or productions, or just something, even so we don't have to spend as much time preparing food like this. It might be something that we can look into in the future, but I just think that for now. Why are they only small bales? Let's have a look. I thought these were on. There we go. For some reason it had changed. So we've got 2 small bales, which is a bit of a pain, because we will end up hiring the round bale auto stacker, because I just don't feel like running around the field and picking up a million bales and putting onto a flatbed, which I don't even know if we have one yet. So I mean, we're definitely going to need to get a flatbed trailer for when we start doing the timber and the trees. But I think we have to have a look around. Get that one filled up really quickly, even though it is... Oh, that's still a small one. I think it had already started and put out a small one, but hopefully this one won't fill up as quick now that we've gone to the 180 centimetre. No, it's not filling up as quick, which is good. So what I need to do is try and make sure we drop the bales off, so they're not going to be in the worker's way, because worker will not like that. So I might just turn off automatic drop for a second. and then we have to come over here and drop that one off out of the way, and then continue with the headland windrow over here. So I think what'll be best is we might just do a shorter time lapse for this. Probably won't include the entire baling process, but maybe half the field or thereabouts. And then I'll cut out and I'll bring you back in when we're ready, when we're about doing the last bale, which I think will be pretty good for the day. And yeah, we'll be able to explore and experiment with the other features in the next episode, which will be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you soon.
Dusty boots on a digital plane, twangy guitar, a synth refrain, sunsets glow, pixelate hue. This old country's feeling brand new. Neon prairie, where the tumbleweeds roll to a drum machine beat, losing all control. 80s echoes and a cowboy's plea under the stars, wild and free. Classic beats, a steady pulse through the static. My heart.
Welcome back. Here we are, we've got our last swath to bale up, which we're probably not going to get a full bale, but that's all right. We'll drop one here and then we'll just do the rest. As you can see, we've got a few bales. I think this will keep our animals satisfied over winter. It's been a bit of a same old job today, but that's just farming. But next time we'll definitely be getting into something a little bit more different. We'll crack on with some wood cutting. I think that finishing off this baling here pretty much finishes off for today's episode. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please do remember to like and subscribe. And just remember to keep your boots dirty and your bites clean. And I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.